Oh hey, it's your friend who has a pretty lucrative side hustle, 3D printing earrings for the neighborhood raccoons as part of our CARE initiative, which stands for Communities Against Raccoons Without Earrings. The W is silent, of course. But I've recently taken a leave of absence to bring you some more precious drops of tech tea. So without further ado, let's just get this over with, shall we? I just got a call from Porter about a family of 5 trash pandas who needs earrings stat. Quickly now, here are 4 tech updates to get you through the first part of your week. Jeff is hosting another showcase where he shows us a lot of new games coming out and reminds us that he knows Hideo Kojima personally. Here are some of the biggest trailers we've seen so far during the 2025 Summer Game Fest. Jeff's Game Fest is the closest thing we're to get to what E3 was, and while it's not quite the same, I will take whatever we can get after that heartbreak. The 2025 Fest kicked off Friday night, which gave us another look at Death Stranding 2 with a story trailer featuring Neil and Lucy. Kojima also came on the stage to talk about the upcoming title and was extremely limited on any fine details of the game since it's due out later this month. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds was announced as well, which will let you trade the smoothness of Mario Kart World for a roster of almost every Sonic character, as well as crossovers from Like a Dragon, Persona 5, and even Minecraft. There will also be tracks inspired by these characters as well, with a promise of more surprises to come. A LEGO co-op adventure which looks like it's a blend of cozy gaming and puzzle madness. Honestly, yum, 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 yum. More please. After some light teasing, we got a trailer for Resident Evil 9 titled Requiem, which features the daughter of Alyssa Ashcroft, proving once and for all, no one is out to gaslight you more than your workplace is. And Felt That Boxing, which is basically if Rocky was done by Jim Henson and also playable on PC. 10 out of 10, no notes here. Of course, there were like 235 other games showcased so far, so I may cover more of them in my next video, or if you nerds ask me nicely, I could make a deep dive video, I guess. Which games are you most excited for? Speaking of the Game Fest announcements, we finally got our first look at the Xbox handheld coming out this year. Here's what you need to know. It's like Microsoft saw the Switch 2 selling out and was like, I see you with that little thing. Let me climb on the backs of others to get some of that too. Then went and partnered with Asus for the Xbox Ally and Ally X. These are still Windows 11 devices, but have been optimized with Xbox software to improve speed and functionality, which are some of the biggest complaints users have comparing the Steam Deck to every other handheld PC right now. Both of these devices will feature a 7-inch 1080 120Hz display, some version of AMD's Ryzen Z2, Radeon RDNA 3 graphics, a 60 or 80 watt-hour battery, and weighs in at about 1.5 pounds each. The star of the show, though, is the revised Windows Xbox UI, which will let you stream games from the Xbox app, as well as have other apps like Discord or Battle.net to switch to with the click of a button. If Xbox's leak from a couple months ago is anything to go off of, we could see an app for Steam as well, since their goal is to make Microsoft and Xbox a central gaming hub for all of these things. While things are still hairy from a completely unnecessary tariff war happening right now, they are a little shy about giving pricing information, but we do know that it is set to release around the holiday season and come with a dock, so I'm going to assume it'll be a bit more expensive than the Switch 2's current price tag of $449. Oh, the weekend's over? Do you hear this? It's me playing a sad song for you using the world's smallest violin, which is a real thing now. Here's everything you really didn't need to know about the world's tiniest violin. Sometimes scientists and engineers just like to answer questions that they thought of while smoking. Like these physicists at Loughborough University in the UK. Together, they use nanotechnology to come up with a violin that measures 35 microns long and 13 microns wide. For reference, a human hair is anywhere from 17 to 180 microns in diameter. You know, for people that have hair. Professor Kelly Morrison, which is head of the university's physics department, states that a lot of what they've learned during this process helped lay the groundwork for the research they are now undertaking using nanotechnology. They use this Violin with their nanolithography system, which lets the physicists design experiments to probe materials in different ways by using light, magnetism, and electricity. The Violin was their creative way to test this bit of tech out. They also stated that while the overall Violin project took several months to complete, now they have optimized the process. It can be duplicated in a matter of hours. Speaking of hours, I finished my sonata for you halfway through the story, and you didn't even clap. It's forking rude. And finally, I've seen a lot of rage bait going around about the Switch 2 not being a console you own and how sales are just tanking. It's a load of crap. Kind of. Here's what you need to know. While it's much too soon for concrete final numbers, there are several sources that the Switch 2 has sold over 3 million units worldwide within 24 hours, which would not only unseat the PS4 for this title 4 times over, but at its current engagement rate, it's pacing to break its 2-month sale record faster than any console in history. While yes, there are retailers who have had stock strictly in their stores, so some of that footage you see of the Switch 2 consoles in stores is accurate, they also shipped out of stock signs in places well in advance, knowing demand was at an all-time high for these. Part of the reason they can sell so much and break these records is because they planned accordingly and made enough product. Take note, Nvidia. Turns out you don't need shady-ass marketing practices when people generally want your product. Although the Switch 2, unlike the 50 series, actually has generational leaps in performance, so that could be why too. If you've gotten your hands on a Switch and are worried about Nintendo breaking your device for using an aftermarket charger or something like that, don't be. The voltage brick warning applies to things like aftermarket hardware installed or attached to the Switch motherboard. They probably do this not only in an effort to prevent modding, but also to limit who can supply parts for repair. It's a grimy practice, but it's hard to argue you wouldn't buy the Switch 2 for that reason, when our phone makers have been doing similar stuff for like a decade now. If you haven't been able to grab the new console yet, don't fear, since Nintendo seems keen to restock as quickly as possible. Maybe if you have to wait a little longer, you can get a game other than Mario Party World or older Switch games with pay-to-play enhancements. I know, it feels like we just started hanging out, but that's all the tech tea that I have for you right now. Don't get too greedy or I'll just start calling you Jensen Huang. If you've made it this far, make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss a beat. And if you hated every moment of it, send it to your frenemies. That'll show them. Either way, I will see you back here on Thursday for some more tech tea.